Find the exact length of the curve, that is, find the arc length of this curve on this interval, or from 1 to 2. So the formula for arc length is L equals just the definite integral of 1 plus the curve derivative squared and integrate with respect to x from a to b. So a to b, 1 to 2, and y is this. So let's find the integrand first. That means we need to find the derivative. Look at here, derivative is square it plus 1 and take a square root. Okay, so y prime is derivative of, we got two terms here. X cube is 3x square over 3, just x square, plus 1 over 4 times 1 over x. Okay, this is 1 over 4 times 1 over x. So 1 over x, find the derivative. Okay, you can use the quotient rule, or 1 over x is same as x raised to negative 1. And either way, the derivative is negative 1 over x squared. So 1 over 4 times negative 1 over x squared. So that negative I can put here, negative 1 over x squared. So negative 1 over 4x squared. That's y prime, and we need to square it and add 1. So 1 plus y prime squared, which is 1 plus this quantity squared, x squared minus 1 over 4x squared whole quantity squared. Let's simplify this. This is 1 plus, now we have quantity squared, means we multiply this by itself. So x squared minus 1 over 4x squared times itself. Just FOIL this and we get x squared, x squared, x squared squared, which is x to the fourth, by the way. And when we multiply outer, this one, and outer and inner, we got x squared times negative 1 over 4x squared, just negative 1/4, and this inner negative 1/4. Negative 1/4 minus 1/4 is negative 1/2, and last plus 1 over 4x squared, negative 1 over 4x squared, negative 1 over 4x squared, positive 1 over 4x squared quantity squared. Okay, so we just FOILed here. Now look at here, this negative 1/2 and 1. 1 minus 1/2 is just positive 1/2. So x squared squared, 1 minus 1/2 is positive 1/2, plus 1 over 4x squared squared. Now look at this carefully. When we squared this, we got these three terms, and there was negative sign because of this negative. Now in this step we have almost the same, and we got plus here. That means when we combine these two, these three terms, it's like we are going back. Okay, this 1 minus 1/2 is plus 1/2. Now we can combine these three, and this is like this, something quantity squared. So this is nice enough to be a perfect square, and here's a negative, so we got negative. Now we have positive, means we get positive. So x squared plus 1 over 4x squared. Okay, in fact, if you FOIL this out, then we get this. So 1 plus y prime is squared. So we were just making everything ready inside here. 1 plus y prime is squared. Now we take a square root, which is take a square root on AB, and we integrate on AB. Okay, then the arc length we are looking at, L, is from where? 1 to 2 of square root of this 1 over 4x squared quantity squared dx. Now we can cancel the square and the square root here, but we have to be careful. Okay, when we cancel, we basically get a square root, sorry, absolute value, because this is absolute value of x, because the output should be positive. And x squared plus 1 over 4x squared on this interval, in fact square plus another square, they are always positive, so we don't have to worry about getting negative, so we can simply cancel this. Okay, so we don't have to worry about absolute value here. Then that leaves x squared plus 1 over 4x squared, and square is gone. Now let's integrate. When we integrate x squared, we get x3 over 3 and 1 over 4x squared. Okay, again we can go back, look at here. When we had 1 over 4x, and when we found the derivative was negative 1 over 4x squared. Now here we are doing antiderivative, so that's like backward again. So for antiderivative of 1 over 4x squared is, if we think negative not here, then we have to put negative here. So antiderivative of 1 over 4x squared is negative 1 over 4x. So here we got positive, so 1 over 4x squared, antiderivative of 1 over 4x squared is negative 1 over 4x. Now we evaluate this expression from 1 to 2. Plug in 2 for x, so 2 cube over 8, sorry, 2 cube 8 over 3 minus 1 over 4 times 2, 8, minus 1 over 8. That's upper limit, minus plug in 1 for x, so 1/3 minus 1 over 4. Let's combine here. This negative should be distributed. So 8/3 minus 1/3, 7/3 is negative 1/8, negative positive 1/4. So this positive 1/4 is same as 2/8, and negative positive. So negative 1/8 plus 2/8, that means positive 1/8 is 2/8 minus 1/8 is 1/8. Now we can combine these two fractions. 8 times 3, 24 is the common denominator. 8 times 7, 56 plus 3, 56 plus 3, 59. And that's the final answer.